time I spoke to you, I was putting my gravel tyres on my gravel bike, and I took the gravel bike for a ride. But there was a couple of things that I needed to fix on my gravel bike. The barrel adjuster on the rear derailleur, and also I need to get a new cable for that. Plus also I've got clip-in pedals, not road bike, or the road bike clip-ins. From riding on gravel I was a bit worried about getting flat tyres and things, so I was going to get some flat pedals just for the meantime. But there's been a major change. One of the things that I realised when I was riding on my cyclocross bike is something that I relearned, and most people watching this video already know. A cyclocross bike is different than a gravel bike. It's not as slack, so you've got a lot more weight over the front wheel, which is fine. I can still ride the bike on the gravel. But last time I was here, I was riding a really old mountain bike, just literally a rigid mountain bike, no suspension or anything. And it was super comfortable riding around on the mountain here, far more comfortable than I remember riding on gravel. And so when I was at what they call the green shed, it used to be the green shed here. So it's called something else now, but basically it's a place where people's rubbish goes and they resell it for cheap. And I got myself a hardtail. Now it hasn't got disc brakes, it's got calipers, and what do they call it? The cantilever. It's got cantilever brakes. It's not amazing, but it was 80 bucks. There's a giant ant's nest just here, so I'm not going to be hanging around. Typical of Canberra. So what I'll do is I'll just ride this around at the moment just to see what needs to be done. All I did for it was replace the front tube on the flat front tyre. Rear tyre's got the original tube. I'm pretty certain it's not brand new, but it hasn't been used. It's got the caution, read, safety warnings and owner's manual sticker on it still. And reflectors and everything on it. The Dort disc on the back. The shifters are pretty stiff. The front shifter only goes into the small and the middle chain ring, not the third, the big ring. And then the shifting at the back is very stiff. You need Arnold Schwarzenegger fingers to change gears to the top gear. But apart from that, I mean, I got up here and tyres aren't great. I think the original tyres for Giant. What is a Giant aluminium something something? It's got, as I said, cantilever brakes. But what I'll do is I'll go through another video of me sitting down tinkering with it. So if you want to watch that, hit that like and subscribe. There's a plane flying overhead. Always like getting that. Just as I was stopping there, I had whoosh, and I got a flat tyre. Lucky I got a spare tube. So let's see. The good thing is it's easy to change these tyres. But quite literally, I wasn't even pedaling. I was just looking at that plane flying overhead. I had whoosh, and the tyre's gone completely flat on me in like half a second. Why is that? Now, let's see, because I've got a spare tube, but I haven't never used the pump that I bought with myself. So I thought, oh, I'm not going too far. Even if the worst comes to worst, I'll walk. But let's see what happens. Problem is, I'm down near that ant's nest. Not the best places to be. Come on. Get out of there, brakes. All right. At least with a front brake, without discs, you don't have to worry about it dumping on the ground. Now, where is it over here? The great thing about mountain bike tyres is they're extremely easy to get off. Extremely easy. Now, the first thing to do was find out where this critical puncture was. It's kind of good that I got the puncture while I was not riding. Front wheel puncher is always a little bit sketchy. All right, so let's see. Find the puncture first. Let's see where the issue is with the tyre. Now this will be the key. I'm guessing that goes tight up. Now the good thing is this is actually a Schrader valve already. What have I got to do? Undo something? Well, the good one is the pump works. Now where is this absolute catastrophic failure? I can hear it. It's actually that. Okay, I want to make sure I don't to move it around too much or I forget which side the tube was on. Feels like it's coming out of the valve area. Here's two. It's coming right out of there. Straight out of that. What a bastard. Okay. Alright, so it's cut right there. Problem is you can't even fix that. It's right here. It's right there. Okay. What's the deal with that? Where's the holes here? Funny thing was, the hole in the tube that I took out, the puncture was not this at all. It was a complete different puncture. So, a bit worrying really, isn't it? Hello. Okay. Anyone else hate these black screws? On road bikes I don't keep them, for mountain bikes I do. Don't know why. Probably because they're Schrader valves. Alright. Now, what I'm going to do, seeing as I've got no more spare tyres and no way to fix the tyre, I'm just going to head home. Luckily I'm not too far from home. Whoa, okay. This is the second video in a row that I made changing tyres, unfortunately. Now I don't know if it was user error when I installed the tyre. Was I a dumbass? I installed plenty of road tyres, I've never had this issue. Never ever. So, it's weird that it was right where the valve is. The only thing I can think of is that, well, it's the inner lining that cut it. Well, obviously it was, but what have I done to make that an issue? Anyway, tyre back on. This is so easy, these ones. Probably should have. I've actually got another tube. I didn't think I'd need to bring two tubes. I should have, shouldn't I? Okay. It's all done. Okay. I did notice that there's a direction on this time. Have I got the right? Yeah, I got the right direction. It says this way, and the quick release is on the ground, which goes on that side, so that's right. Okay. I'm not going to pump it up too much because it doesn't need to be that high. Put on the bike, see how it goes. I've got to remember to put the cap on, don't I? Okay. Good thing about these cantilever brakes. So it's kind of a pain in the ass putting disc wheel bike wheels on. Now where's the cap? Got my keys, don't even need my car keys. What have I got the car keys for? Keys, wallet. Where's the little bloody cap? Here's the cap. Okay. Cap done. Take this new. This literally did not last 2 hours from being put onto riding. It's so annoying. Okay. Now, problem is it doesn't go completely down. Well, it's going to spend more time letting the thing down than it is changing the tyre. I'll do. Put you in there. Okay, there and there. Lock you down. Good thing is the pump works. First time I use the pump. Put the drain back in. Now I did put the pump away before I checked to make sure it's definitely not too. No, it's fine. I'm not going to be doing anything crazy. I said I wasn't going to do anything stupid. Oh, I stacked it so hard. There's not enough pressure in the tyre, so it rolled over on the rim.
Oh, almost wiped out family.
I think maybe I figured out why my tube disintegrated itself. Not sure if it's because it's slipping, but this angle of the valve is far different than it should be. That's not straight, is it? So what I'm going to do is get the pump out, straighten that valve up, head home down this hill and get some footage of the lake. As I'm not going to discuss it this video, but I did do one of those Zwift power, what do they call it? Anyway, the Crit City race where you got the pads. And I was racing on my little tiny iPad out the front of my bike. Actually makes me realize that people like me and many other streamers have a massive advantage when it comes to events like that, because it was so hard to steer. I don't know why, but it just felt a lot harder to steer accurately. Maybe it's just because it's the first time I had to steer accurately, but it was fun. I've seen people hating on those things. I'm not going to do a big video about it, but I actually enjoyed it. It was fun. I got my ass kicked. Something different in Zwift. Did my riding, so yeah. I might do a video a bit more about that, but no one really cares about that anymore, do they? They've all done those races. But I do say on my take, that was quite fun. Anyway, I'm going to refix this valve angle and head home. Take some videos of the lake, which is just down there. But what I'm going to do is, yeah, well, anyway, so hit that like and subscribe, because I'm going to do more videos about riding and Zwifting. I figured out why. I remember I keep these valves for Schrader valves, because unlike Presto valves, it's really hard get the valve to deflate the tyre with your fingers. Presta valves are no issues. Didn't do the bag back up, it's just been flapping around. So, not that I've gone that far. Still, footage over that drain would have been blub, 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 flap, flap, flap. Oh well, I didn't die, did I? Pretty certain exactly the same thing just happened. I was riding on, as you see on the video, there was no reason to get a flat tyre, so it just on me. So I'm pretty certain it's going to be the same spot. Luckily I'm not too far from home, but so far this $80 bike it's been easier to ride obviously than the gravel bike. I mean, well, the cyclocross bike with gravel tyres, but it's a pain in the ass. I'd much rather trust the cyclocross bike at the moment, because I managed to ride like 3 kilometers in 2 punches. Anyway, so lucky I've got my flats on. I don't know if you can see my shoes. So I've got my walking shoes on and I'm gonna walk home. Also the drone had a massive crash as well. I'll put that footage in. Luckily the drone still works. Had to recalibrate it, but that's one of the things about these drones. They're designed to do stupid shit like this. Designed with me in mind. Anyway, peace out.